everyone for joining us. Yes, we are starting now. We are starting live with the grand finals of the Cage 24 chess championships, and so far it has been a very amazing competition from day one up to this point. And we want to say a big thank you to everyone who has stuck with us this far, and we are going to be continuing along that path. So, yeah, thank you to everyone. And the games have already begun, so we can jump straight into them right away. We have 42 players in this lobby for the Southwest qualifier, so that tells you how big this competition is and how there are a lot of players who are battling it out. But we will be focusing primarily on, as you can see, Zlata is already up to 2 wins on the board, 4 points straight away. Many others are also on 4 points, some on 3 points as well. So let's jump into one of the games between Zlata and that story. um I believe these games are going to be really exciting because this is the big ball. These are the big guys. These are the big guns. Southwest, they came out in numbers and they also came out in players. Zlata, 2 wins on the board already. I believe this might be his third win in a row. Unless that story can run a comeback with his white pieces, but that's going to be really intriguing because Lata is that player that once it does start rolling, once it does have an advantage, it is very difficult to beat down. But Zlatan is running out of time. 1 minute 47 seconds for both players. Zlatan has a pawn advantage, and so does that story. But this can't go anybody's way. It really can't go anybody's way. You really cannot tell whose way it is going to go. And in this case, that story is keeping it close with Zlata, but it looks like Zlata may just be able to run away with this one. Very tight end game right here. Will that story be able to pull something off? I do not think so. I think Zlata is going to fall short just a little bit because that story has the game plan to really put him off. But you cannot tell how it is going to end because one single mistake along these squares, along this line, is going to be that's going to be the entire game. And once that happens, there is no going back. I do believe the next line of action from Zlatan will be this move here. And if there is a capture, that would see this pawn at either advance, or this pawn will capture here as well. Sorry, either the pawn captures here or this pawn advances here. It is going to be either one of these two, and that will determine how the game plays out. So we do expect a capture, and now this pawn will advance. But as Zlatan just already has the advantage, and that story will not be able to conclude here. And Zlatan, we do believe, should be able to see it off, should be able to call it a close. That story, unfortunately, will lose this game, and Zlatan will get his third win game. So let's jump into the next game of the night. You can see some players do have a draw, like Dalot. Dalot has a draw. Zlatan with 3 wins. Promise Zex with 2 wins and a draw. And then let's just jump into the game between, because a lot of high rated players in this lobby. I'm seeing a lot of 2000s and a lot of 2100s. These players did not come here to play. These guys are the big dogs of this game. So let's jump into a game between Strong Grit and Toluwani. 16 seconds on the clock. It looks like Strong Grit might be seeing this one out to win, as he has 48 seconds. Nobody has material advantage just yet, but it looks like a rook is about to fall very soon, and that rook will fall for the person of for the person of for the person of I believe Strong Grit is on white, Toluwani is on black. So Toluwani has the advantage now, but Toluwani does not have the time. I believe Strong Grit should consider exchanging right there. I do not know why he chose not to exchange, but it looks like he is looking for checkmate. He is going for checkmate, but he will, and yes, he is able to get checkmate. had the time advantage and still had the checkmate advantage. So congratulations to I believe that is Toluwani. Or yeah, congratulations to Toluwani for seeing that one off to the end. Sorry, to Strong Grits for seeing that off to the end. Let's jump into this game between GM Dalot and Matan Adebayo. Matan, one of the top chess players in Unilag, going off against Dalot. I don't know if Dalot is also one of these Unilag chess players, but these two guys, I can assure you, are no slouches. They are top players, and they are going for wins in this game. Lots of calculated moves. Going to be interesting to see who is really able to break out. Dalot has a 1 minute advantage in terms of time, and he may be able to use that appropriately. And that may pay off if Adebayo is not able to capitalize when needed. But very interesting. Sorry, very interesting from both sides as they look to break down each other's defenses. You can see that there are a lot of calculated moves. They are seeing 2 to 3 moves ahead, and it's crazy. It's difficult to keep up with the game because everybody is playing something that is very, very, very tactical. So it's not just tactical; it's very tactical. And the positions they are holding are not child's play. These are not child's play positions, and they are going aggressively against each other back to back. So all this is going to play out is going to be very interesting because these guys they are going band for band. They are going bolt for bolt, bro. They are going bolt for bolt. And now GM Dalot has a ton advantage. Um, as a result of lost piece from Matan Adebayo. So there is now more pressure on Matan for the game, and Matan has resigned. Matan has unfortunately resigned. Probably he saw something that showed a lack of promise, and he has deliberately chosen to resign. So that's going to mean another win for GM Dalot. GM Dalot now runs into first place with 7 points. Zlata is in his fourth game. If he wins that game again, he will be going up top once again. Dalot is here. Darkot is here. Omosoni is also here. Olalekan Julius is also here. So a lot of players who are still doing really well. Some have not lost. Some have lost only one game. Some have only had one draw. So it's still very early stages, and these guys are still going up against each other back to back, band for band, bolt for bolt. And these guys are really going hard on each other. But let's jump into this game between Sulex and Strong Grit. I believe Strong Grit should be able to see this out. He has a very, very, very strong rating compared to that which Sulex has. But as I can tell you for confidence, I can tell you for facts, ratings do not matter in this competition. The guys who everybody is hot in this competition. So one small mistake, one loose guard, and you are going to be taken out. So these guys are giving it their best. They are going at it quite nicely. So you can't really tell who is going to have that breakout, who is going to have that breakout move. Both players are giving it their best in this one. So we continue watching and we continue to be entertained from these guys as Strongit and Sulex still unable to get some decent material advantage to change the tide of the game. Sulex with 1 minute with 58 seconds on the clock, Strong Grit with 1 minute and 22 seconds. And it is looking interesting the part of Sulex because Sulex now has a pawn and is looking to threaten checkmate and has to be blocked almost immediately. So I believe he is going to retreat and hopefully he is able to protect his rook further because his rook is not in a safe space, and you can tell that danger is looming for the person of for the person of Solex, and it's maybe we may be eyeing checkmate soon against strong grit, unless strong grit on white on black has something appropriate to respond to. He may be falling short in this one. Lots of tight games, lots of tight plays. Can't really say who is really going to change the game, but it is all close. It is all very close. It is close up and personal, and it can go anybody's way. But presently, it does look like it could be going the way of Solex Boy, and Solex Boy has been able to turn this game around. And Strong Grits does not really have the answers. He only has a queen, whereas his opponent is balling with a rook, a knight, and a queen, and that is going to be very, very, very crucial into this end game. And how they are going to be able to split off is going to be interesting, because presently this is a very tight game between both sides, and whoever is able to come up with the moves to end the game will win the game. But you can see presently that Strong Grits is going to win on time, as Solex is not able to come up with the moves to end the game appropriately. And that would see Strong Grits move up to 63 wins and a defeat. GM Dalot is presently first with 5 wins and a draw. Zlata gets his first defeat of the day, and that has seen Zlata drop to third. And now we see Prominence in fourth with 7, 3 wins and a draw. And then many other players who are going back to back. Let's jump into this game between the Lords and the Chords. The Lords versus the Chords. The Chords with a rating of 2,195 on black. And the Lord GM the Lord with a rating of 2,267 on white. And the winner in this game is likely going to determine who is ranked first place in this competition, because both players have been winning most of their games, and they are doing well so far. So how does it play out? How are we going to see it play out? Is it something that is going to change itself, or is it something that could be broken apart? No material advantage so far, but a lot of dangerous positions being held, and not know where these positions are going to take. You do not know who is going to break out. This you can see a series of pieces that are just positioned in dangerous places, prevent other pieces from doing heavy damage. But still, the game is going on, and nobody has really made the moves to break it off. So a very, very, very delicate game. But it looks like Dark Horse are able to get material advantage in the form of a pawn. Dark Horse on black has material advantage in the form of a pawn on white, and I believe it should be looking to make some interesting moves very soon, and this could more or less change the dynamics of how the game plays out. But I can tell you, these players are not smiling, and they are going band for band. They are going bolt for bolt, and very tactical, very, very, very tactical game between this really strong and this really good players. And the positions being held are just so very well calculated, because one wrong move, one mistake right now could be the end of this game. It really could be, and you cannot tell exactly who is going to make those mistakes or how those mistakes are going to happen. But presently, the pawn advantage that was recently held has been cancelled, and both players have agreed to draw the game. They do not want to experience defeat. They are not ready to go at each other, because it's so well calculated, it's so tight, it's so tough. And with the time factor also in the game, nobody wants to sell off time, nobody wants to sell off a defeat and they choose to draw the game, they choose to take 1 point and move on to the next. You know, it's not everything you fight to win for. Some things you just have to be strategic. And in this case, the Lords and the Court have been very strategic in going for a draw, considering that their opponents are also playing at the same time. So these are high level plays that we are seeing, because before two players will just unanimously agree to let time to prevent the time delay that everybody else might be playing the game to the end. But these two players have chosen to be strategic by terminating the game early and moving on to the next game. So they do not want to lose, they do not want to struggle, and they just want to get on with it and win the next game. So in this case, it's not going to favor people who like to win their games. So people like Blatter or people like Promisex who may want to fight to the end regardless of any position that they are holding, and that could favor Dalot a lot. If he comes across tough competitors, he may just choose to resign the game and move on to the next. That would save time and that would give him a very useful point. But if the opponents do win their games, then that may not be as valuable. But still, if you save 4 to 5 minutes on a game just by resigning early, that says a lot for that saves you a lot of time for your opponents who might be playing the game to the end. So kudos to them for actually choosing to take that part. But now we jump into the game between Akoni and Toluwani. So both players game has started off quite nicely, and both players are going at each other, and it is looking quite friendly so far. A trade of queens happening now, and the game is fairly balanced, I would say. The ratings between both players are rather similar. Oluwani looks like he should have much greater advantage in terms of the material that he has. But we should be able to observe exactly what these two players are able to come up with as time does go on in this competition. So aside that, we can see that it is a controlled game, it is a controlled matchup, and um and we just have to watch and see. We just have to no strategic moves have been made yet, nothing to really disrupt the present balance of the game, but he is looking to move the pawn out of position there, and that may expose the pawn in the future. But the pawns of um Akoni on black have been set up properly to prevent bishop movement and bishop attacks. But a lot can still a lot can still go on, a lot can still go wrong, and there could be a trade right here that may not be cancelled. That's going to give him the and he should be able to cause trouble from there, and he should be able to advance further from there. So very, very tight game, still a very promising game. And whoever is going to break out is going to require the use of their pawns to break out successfully. So pawns are going to be very, very crucial towards in this end game, and how they are used and how they use them is going to be very defining in how the game pans out and how the game plays out. So it's for us to see and for us to enjoy as well, but it is still too early to call for just anybody. Both players very good, very well, and we just have to see how it flows and how it all goes. Presently, Akoni wasting than Toluwani, with Toluwani having a 30 second advantage presently, because the next move that he makes has to be decisive, because how does he activate his rook? His rook is yet to be activated, whereas the rook and the two bishops of Toluwani have already been activated. His rook is still sitting on the A8 flank, and that is going to be very critical in the very short term. So how are they able to open things up? How are they able to open it up? It remains to be seen. but they are doing what they need to do. They are doing their best, and so we just have to watch it play out. But a lot of time is going for the person of Akoni. With 5 seconds on the clock, he has not made a move for about a minute now. And Toluwani will be celebrating and watching this come to a close, as he doesn't have so much to worry about in terms of who does what. He just has to see the game to the end, and his opponent sadly is not giving the feedback. 8 seconds on the clock. It might be network, it might be having network issues, but this one is going to fall to the person of Toluwani, and Toluwani, I believe, to be victorious. Or is it my network? Is this my network? Okay, seems I am dropping frames, so let me just confirm that my network is as it should, because it seems I have dropped a lot of frames. So apologies if you do experience network difficulties. The game is still on, and Toluwani is the one out without the time advantage. So very very interesting how this is going to play out. Still no significant change in material, but the players are playing a much tighter, and how that game is going to play out will be very interesting the, over the next few moments. Band for band, both for both players still going at each other. Who controls this mid section is going to have a huge say on how the game ends. And I would have expected this trade to come through, but the trade did not come through. And the night of Akoni could be very important to how the game comes to a close. It's not captured the night when but looks like he is going to have this material here. Hmm. Very, very interesting move right here. And it looks like it is going to fall. The advantage is going to fall to the person of Tolu. But Tolu only has 6 seconds of clock, but does have good material advantage with two pieces. Will he be able to see 5 seconds on the clock? He may just be able to, because opponent has not set up properly. His opponent has cornered himself in, and this could be checkmate right here. This could be checkmate right here. And unfortunately, with nanoseconds on the clock, he has been checkmated. And oh my god, he's not able to checkmate. He is not checkmate. Or is he still able to checkmate? Yes, he is able to checkmate. With nanoseconds on the clock, Toluwani is able to checkmate. Congratulations to his good network for not failing him there with those nanoseconds. But Akoni loses false shot, and Toluwani with nanoseconds on the clock is able to checkmate. So far we can see GM Dalot now on 16 points with 7 wins and 2 draws. Zlata is now on 12 points with 6 wins and a defeat. Dakot is now on 11 points with 5 wins and a draw. Omosoni is now on 10 points with 5 wins and 2 defeats. Promisex is now on 9 points with 4 wins, a draw, and 2 defeats. And yeah, we can see that the race is presently between GM Dalot, Zlatan, Dakot, Omosoni, and Strong Group. So we will be taking a short ad break for now, and we will be right back very, very soon. Do stay with us. Thank you.
In a world where pixels meet passion and every click ignites a new adventure. A world where anime character come alive and game developers' dreams meets gamers. Get ready as we usher in a new era of gaming greatness. This is not just an event, it's a journey. So buckle up, power up, and get ready to unleash your inner gamer.
Do you love playing video games? Or a professional live streamer in gaming? You can also step into the light as a professional esports player representing one of the biggest teams in Nigeria or Africa. So I guess you've landed on the right page, because here we take you into the world of games, gamers, and gaming. From tournament organizing to game shows, podcasts, you name it. You get to meet the best of the best in the esports industry right on this page. So make sure you share to someone, follow, and also subscribe to all our platforms. We're Game Evo Esports, the world of games, gamers, and gaming.
Time to wake up to a new reality.
Hey gamers, ever wish you could challenge your opponents from any part of the world while making cool cash? Now you can with Game Prize. And here's the kicker, signing up is completely free. Game Prize isn't just any gaming platform. You can wager on your favorite titles, engage in third-party wagers, and even host your own tournaments. The possibilities are endless. Whether you're a seasoned pro or you're just dipping your toes into the gaming world, there's always something for you. Join the Game Pride community. See you at the leaderboards.
Hello gamers, it's your girl Jeannie. Today is the day actually going to determine the Case 24 champions who's going to represent Ghana in the Case 24 finals in Nigeria in November. We are here at Esports Academy at Ghana, Accra, and we're having the games for EAFC 24 and MK1.
How many tournaments now?
Honestly, I've lost count.
You've lost count. Yeah.
Let's catch him in the shot. You know what? I don't want you to say anything. That's one expression for me. How are you feeling after that win?
I'm feeling good. I knew I'll win this game.
You knew you win.
Alright, thank you for sticking with us up to this point. We are back to continue with the stream. GM Dalot on 16 points, Zlatan on 14 points. Dalot still unbeaten. He's still unbeaten so far with 20 minutes to go. But let's jump into the game between, I believe, Zlatan. Let's jump into a game between Zlatan and Mplil and MP with a rating of 1948 on white, Zlatan with a rating of 2078 on black. Zlatan already has material advantage to use as it goes into the end of the game. And yeah, this was kind of expected, just to be able to protect that backline. But so far, it does look like Zlatan is set up for some dangerous moves here. He already has a dangerous pawn on e4 or e5, I believe. Is that e5, e4? Already has a dangerous pawn on e4, preventing any occupation of the space on f3. So e4, f3, and yeah, it's just being torn apart. MP is presently being torn apart, and it is going to be up to him to determine how he chooses to end this game. He is in danger, and so are his pieces as well. and whether he will be able to do too much, I do not think so. I do not see it happening. But there could be, not sure why he did this, because I feel from where his look was here, and he could have chosen to just advance these pieces and then be able to open up this pawn on the pawn on g6. But he didn't do that, and now Zlata, after a very efficient trade, has been able to checkmate and get another win of the night. So on to the next game with 18 points on the board. We now see that Dalot is still first, Zlata second, Darkod is third, but Darkod has gotten his second defeat of the night, and that is going to further affect his chances of either finishing second or third. Omosoni has now moved up to fourth, Strong with his fifth. Matan Adebayo has now moved up to sixth. Promisex has jumped up to eighth. Strong Grit is in sixth as well, but Toluwani and um, Omosoni coming up the leaderboard to be able to finish in the top five to the top eight. So let's watch a game between Blondin Blonda and Taco Squad. In this game, looks like, sorry, Tesco Squad. Tesco Squad does have advantage in the form of 3 pawns. It does have advantage in the form of 3 pawns, and it's looking to cause more danger to Blondin Blonda. So Tesco Squad on black, Blondin Blonda on white. And Blondin Blonda looks like he has been making blunders, and these have been favoring Tesco Squad so far. But these are just pawn advantages. It still remains for him to materialize all of this, and there is still a bit of time, and it looks like he's on check. Will he be able to counter? No, he's not able to counter, and that is checkmate. White is victorious, and Blondin Blunder has been victorious against Tesco Squad in this one. From a game that looked promising from Tesco Squad, he has still been checkmated, and that is a defeat for him. So we can see it's a tight race between GM Dalot and Zlata in first and second. It appears that Colt, Toluwani, Omosoni, Strong Grit, Matan Adebayo, and everybody to 10th position is going to be battling it out for who finishes third to fourth. But definitely the first two have already been efficiently defined. Let's go to 11th to 20. We can see Duchess is in 11th, David is in 12th, Ola Simitoni has moved up to 11th. Julius is in 14th. Blondin Blonda is 15th. Tommy Wachex is in 16th. Todix is in 17th. Adeli K is in 18th. Grandmaster 19th. And Flash Call 20. 45 players in this lobby, and it is no easy feat for anybody who is participating here today. It is a very, very competitive lineup in this Western qualifiers for the Cade 2024 E-Chess Championship. So we jump into the game between um, Tim Tony and Promisex. Promisex is is seventh on the leaderboard, and you'd expect him to be able to win this game against Tony, but as you know, no game is a walkover in this Test Championship. Promisex with a rating of 2,255 on black, Timmy Tony on white with a rating of 1,977. So not too much differentiation in terms of who has material, but there is a lot in terms of who is positioned where. So we can see Timmy Tony has his pawns already. He has his pawns more or less relaxed at the back, but Promisex has his pawns advanced up to the G5 flank. Up to the G5 flank, his pawns are very well advanced, and it looks like he has gotten material advantage with use of his queen. So from here, Promisex will look to cause more trouble, cause more danger. But as you can see, Team Tony has replies to all the attacks that he has been given, and that material advantage that he had initially has been wiped out as Promisex has been able to retaliate appropriately. But there is still danger, there is still fire on the mountain, pressure is still on these players as the offenses continue to rain down. Whew, quite surprising what was just done here. He could capture this and then be able to capture the queen, but he has chosen not to do that for very interesting reasons. And a very, very interesting series of plays. 5 seconds on the clock for Timothy, 30 seconds on the clock for Promisex. And it looks like Promisex may be able to win this time. There is still no material advantage up to this point. The game is very close. And yes, the game is over now. Promisex on black is victorious as Tony runs out of time. So let's jump into another game. Where are those? Okay, let's see Duchess versus MP. So Duchess is presently 11th. MP is MP is presently also in the 11 to 20 rank, and the game is running out. A lot of the big moves have already been made. Players have to more or less compete for how the rest of the game is going to go. Presently, we are seeing advantage to the person of MP, I believe, but this advantage could be wiped out by anything at any time. So the players do have to be cautious as to how they go about the game. We can see check threat from the person of Duchess, looking to end this game soon enough. But not much is happening here between both players, and they are going band for band. But MP has a material advantage, and MP loses his rook. Sorry, Duchess loses her rook, and MP should be able to see this game up to the end. Probably even advance, a pawn. But the game is not over yet. The game is really not over yet. Even though that blunder could cost the game, but so far she has lost almost all her pieces. Duchess has lost almost all her pieces, and MP looks like he will be able to see this game off to the end with ease, get his queen, and now it is going to be an onslaught. There is nowhere to run for the person of MP. He will be punished, he will be dealt with, and MP, as you can see, is going to be, looks like he wants to be brutal, looks like he wants to be lethal with how he chooses to end the game. And it is now up to the person of Duchess to determine what and what she uses to find a way to the end of the game. Very, 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 very short number of moves left. I believe this is a mate in 3, mate in 4, and is looking to get the second queen of the day, but that has been prevented, and he will not be getting that, but he will continue the onslaught. And with a second queen on the board, it looks like it is going to be straightforward at this point in the game. And MP should be able to force checkmate in very, very, very few number of moves. I believe he doesn't need so much to force checkmate. And yes, that is checkmate, and that is the end of the game for Duchess as she gets defeated by MP. So let's go to the leaderboard. You can see that Lord on 22, Zlatan on 18, Omosoni on 16, Toluwani on 16. MP, who just won his game, is now up to 9th with 12 points. And the third place battles are beginning to heat up. But let's jump into this game between Zlatan and Matan Adebayo. Matan Adebayo is 5th with 14 points. Zlatan is 2nd with 18 points. And presently, the game is still in its early stages. Matan would want to win this game to close the gap on Zlatan, who is second and just be 2 points behind him. Zlatan would want to win this game to maintain his second place position and even go on to close to take away the gap that is being created by GM Dalot. So it's a very critical game that will determine how the rest of the game will go. But so far so good. Nobody has material. You can't really tell which direction it's going to go. But it is starting to look dangerous as Blatter on white is about to get the material advantage of a pawn. And Matan Adebayo is going to come under some form of pressure with this capture, and it's really going to favor with Blatter because Blatter is that one player that once he gets going, it is very difficult to stop him. And now we can see the fork come through, and with that fork, more dangers luck for Adebayo, who is now down by 2 points. And we know once Zlatan is up in terms of material, it is very difficult to win him. But is there something up the sleeves the of the person of Matan Adebayo? Is there something he'll be able to do that will really change the game and turn the game into his favor against Zlatan? Zlatan with 1 minute 25 seconds on the clock. Matan Adebayo with 2 minutes 27 seconds on the clock. And both players do not have as much time as they may want to, but still doing very well to apply pressure and keep more pressure on the opposing team. But you can see that danger still exists for the person of Matan Adebayo as Data continues to pound more pressure on him. But Data only has 1 minute left on the clock, 1 minute and 10 seconds. And I can tell you from this competition that even split seconds are very valuable tools in this game. Split seconds will be the final factor between whether you win or whether you lose. And they have more impact on the game than even um sorry uh apologies for that. So presently time is going to be a very critical factor. But even the slightest seconds can be very important. It's all about how you choose to end the game. But so far so good. You can see Zlatan with 56 seconds, but Matan Adebayo has material advantage of 2 points. Matan on white. So Zlatan has Matan has material advantage of 2 points. So um, Matan Adebayo is on black and he has 2 points in terms of material advantage. Zlatan is under a lot of pressure, but it will be interesting to see if he's able to do something to change the tide of the game. It doesn't look like it. Zlatan has to resign, and Matan Adebayo is able to defeat Zlatan in this one, and that would mean that Matan would go up to third place and Zlatan would remain in second place as GM Dalot continues his winning streak. He just cannot be stopped. He is a man. He is a man with a mission. He is a man who wants to win this, and Zlatan is struggling to keep up with him. Matan Adebayo has moved up to third, 16 points. If Zlatan does fall again, then Matan may move up to second. The court unfortunately has now dropped to sixth. From being second, he has dropped to sixth. With 5 minutes left on the clock, who is going to conquer this game? So we can jump to the game between JM Dalot and David. JM Dalot having significant rating advantage against David by almost 400, by almost a rating of 400. So it's going to be interesting to see what he's able to come up with and how it's going to play out. But so far, not much has happened. But David is losing on time. David is calculating a lot. Dalot is being calm, but Dalot, as we've seen from this game, wants to play on time. He wants to play with time. He knows that the earlier he finishes his game, the better it is for him to play other games and finish and rank up higher than the other opponents in the competition. And that has been the focus for this game. And presently is 4 points ahead of Zlatan, who has lost 2 games. He has only he has not lost any game. Yes, JM Dalot has not lost any game. He has only fallen short to he has only fallen short to the attack to draws. I believe only one or two draws in the yes, two draws in the middle of that. But aside that, he has not lost any game, and he has been very competitive so far. So kudos to GM Dalot for competing appropriately in this competition and going and giving a good go. And it's going to be in the hands of David to determine how this end because time is going and I'm sure Dalot wants this game to end quickly on time. But doesn't look like it, and it looks like both players are still going at it at each other. So I think Dalot is more interested in the knight than he is interested in the bishop. But there is a pin on his queen, and I believe he will need to be cautious of that. The pin on his queen. Lots of dangers, lots of retreats, lots of advances, but no real pressuring move to change the dynamic of the game. But presently, there has been a capture of bishop, and it looks like queens are going to be exchanged. If they do proceed with the exchange of queens, no queens exchange, but a queen has been captured, and I do believe that David will resign. David does not resign, but he's able to force some captures. That was good saving grace from David, but he does lose a pawn eventually. He only has 5 seconds. GM Dalot has almost a minute of his game still intact, and that is going to be the end of it. GM Dalot wins on time, and GM Dalot is now up to 26 points, 8 points ahead of second place Toluwani. Zlata has lost two games back to back, unfortunately. Toluwani has moved up to second with 18 points. Dakot has moved up to third with 18 points. Omosoni is on fourth with 18 points. Zlata is also on 18 points, but he has dropped to fifth. Matan Adebayo is on is sixth with 15 points. And it looks like Zlata is coming up against the tough games and he's not able to keep up with it. So let's look at the game between Toluwani and Mof Braham. We can from the looks of things we can see that GM Dalot has won this round before the finding of the high tier and the low tier. GM Dalot is the winner of this round because there is just not enough time for anybody to catch up with him, and he has done really well. So Toluwani, can he cement his second place? Can he end this game in 45 seconds? Because there's only 45 seconds on the clock, and it looks like Mof Braham may just want to let time fly because time is not on Toluwani's side. He only has 30 seconds to either win the game or so it's either he wins this game or the time runs out, and if the time runs out, he gets no point whatsoever. But still, surprisingly, he did not capture that. Toluwani on black did not capture that for probably his personal reasons. But 7 seconds on the clock. I don't think many people would be able to see this game off. A draw is being offered. Spectators are recommending the offering of a draw because of the timeout, but nobody chooses to offer a draw, and I do believe time has run out. I don't know if this game will be allowed to conclude, but the time is out and the game is still on, so I do believe they can proceed to keep playing. But presently, we can see Toluwani has strong advantage. But I don't know if this will still affect the leaderboard as the time has run out, but the game is still ongoing. So we look at the final games between these players and whether it would really change who gets whether it puts points on the board. But the fact that the game is still ongoing means it has the capacity to put points on the board. And Toluwani on black is the one with the advantage. He has positions to be able to see this game up to the end. Check there coming to coming to Moff Graham, and I do not think Moff Graham will be able to stay on the game any longer. He only has 1 minute and 30 seconds on the clock, and Tulwani is looking to advance on, which is a very dangerous move. Check to the person of very interesting series of plays, and it looks like checkmate there. Checkmate from the person of Toluwani, and that is going to see Toluwani stamp and cement his second place position. So first place is GM Dalot with 16 points, sorry, with 26 points. Second and a 6% win rate. So as of yesterday, the highest win rate was 80%. Today, GM Dalot has a win rate of 86%. Toluwani has a win rate of 67% with 12 with 18 points on the board for Toluwani. Dakots 18 points on the board also. He finishes third. Fourth place goes to Omosoni with 18 points. Fifth place goes to Zlata with 18 points, and sixth place goes to Strong Gate with 17 points. Matan Adebayo with 16 points. Promisex with 15 points. MP with 14 points, and Olalekan with 14 points. So that brings us to the end of this stream. Thank you so much for sticking with us. The high tiers and the low tiers will be decided, and that will be communicated ahead of the next competition. Thank you very much for joining us, and the stream will be ending very soon. Thank you.
Yeah.